Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome to our Rainbow Valley discussion for book 7 out of 8 of Anne of Green Gables series.
Yes. Second to last month.
Second to last. We're almost to the end. Yeah, we've
I know.
almost made it for sure. So we've got. I don't know what I was going to say. Never mind. We're talking about Rainbow Valley. You guys know that. You know that.
Yes, we are talking about Rainbow Valley.
Yes.
Which
Hello,
is
Sock. Thanks for being here.
Hey Sock.
I
How's it
saw
going?
she started the book like this morning, so I'm wondering how much she got through. So it was a little bit of a slower read this time.
Yeah. She's a fast reader though. You're a fast reader, Sock, so
Yeah.
to tell us how far you got. Yeah, I mean I read these on audio, so it's
good.
a little bit easier for me not to like get kind of stuck in the slog.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good. Do you have a good, I don't know, whatever audio version you're using? Because I was trying to do audio halfway through and I was just like, it was just like taking me too long. And the only one I found through the library, like it didn't have any like chapters, which is weird. Like it didn't have it broken up by chapter. So I was
weird.
like, I can't find where I am in the book to just continue.
Right.
So I don't know which one you were using. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm pulling it up. It was narrated by Kate Handford.
Was this through like Hoopla or Libby?
Mine's on Hoopla. And this is what it looks like.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I was gonna use.
Oh,
I
okay.
downloaded it and then I went to play it. And
although you're right that it didn't, like typically when I read on Hoopla for audiobooks, there's two options. You can say how much time is left in the book and how much time is left in the chapter. Yeah. And this one did not allow me to look at how much time I had left in the chapter. It was only like how much time was left in the book. So maybe you're right in that it wasn't set up with like the chapters like built in, you know, like
because normally there's like a table of contents. Yeah. And you can just like choose. Because I was like, oh, this is not helpful because I'm like halfway through the book, so I was like trying to go through. I was like, never mind, I'll just finish reading it.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Sock says she finished it.
Oh, you finished it.
She made a speed read the back half. Yeah, that's fair. We'll get into this book. It was
we will get into the book.
A little bit harder. We appreciate you being here as always. You're always keeping us company. Yes. So thank you.
Appreciate.
Yeah.
You showing up. You always have good comments too. So
yeah,
it's always good.
And I'm sorry also that the Anne Twist book he read was so disappointing.
Oh my gosh. I know when you posted about that talk, I was like, what a disappointment. Yeah. Like, that doesn't sound good at all.
I don't like when these when they're trying to like do a retelling or a twist, but they like completely change the essence of who the character is.
Yeah.
So like why would I like it?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's like you're basically using Anne like as a placeholder character.
Yeah, it's like your selling point.
Talking about her.
Yeah, it's like your selling point. Oh, you get all the
Yeah, it honestly feels like a bait and switch, right? Like you're just using it for marketing.
Yeah. It's good for fans of Bridgerton. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, well, Sock said they had the same names.
Yeah, that's about like the
only right in the book, right? That was like the only similar thing.
Yeah.
You wanted to hear someone named Anne Shirley drop the F-bombs? Oh my, no, that's not Anne. No.
No, that's not Anne.
No, that's
even modern Anne. I don't feel like.
No, that's sacrilege.
You know?
No, that's I don't like that at all.
Oh.
So thank you for.
You took one for the team.
Yeah, thanks for taking one for the team. For sure. All right. Well, we will get into our thoughts and our ratings about Rainbow Valley.
Yes.
I gave it a 3-star.
Okay.
It took me nearly all month to read it.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, especially I was telling Emily this past week, I started a new job. So like April for me has also been just a little bit hectic, but I also didn't find myself wanting to read this to relax. It just felt a little boring, a little missing something. But when I was in it, like I enjoyed all the characters.
Right. I kind of felt similarly.
It wasn't anything bad that I disliked, but I could have had more. There could have been more.
Yeah. I gave it a 3.5, but felt similarly to you. And maybe I gave it more. I'm sorry, I'm painting. I one of my nails got smudged, so I'm painting it. That's what if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish before, and then I smudged a nail, and here we are. I think it helped that I was reading it on audio because I could sense at certain times that I was like, ooh, I feel like the story's dragging right now.
Yeah.
But because it was on audio, I was like, okay. It was a little bit like I could do the dishes and still engage with the story and not have to like sit there and physically be like, oh my God, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I gave it a 3.5 rather than a 3. But
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, I think to me it felt like, I mean, I like Ella Montgomery's writing, right? So like the writing, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel like an Anne story.
Yeah, she was barely there.
It's not even like, and like her kids are in it, but it's like about the minister's kids. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Who are these kids? Why do we care about them?
Yeah, that threw me off too. I sent Emily a message. I was like, oh, this is probably why I didn't remember this book.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's not about Anne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was tough. Just like on the whole for me, I felt the same of like, just kind of like hard to get in at times because I didn't know these characters, right?
Yeah.
You know, as much. And I have to say, the minister, the father, was like bugging me. I was like,
we'll get to him.
You are a neglectful father. What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll get to him.
Oh. So, and I don't like unlikable characters in my books. I will say that is something that I've learned about myself as a reader, especially like this past year. It's really like solidified in me that like if I don't like the character or like if luckily for this book, I mean he's a central character, but I wouldn't say he's a main character, right? Like it's not in his voice.
Yeah.
But if it's a main character or if it's like a major character in a book and they just are annoying or I don't like they're unlikable, it just takes away the whole experience for me. Like it really knocks everything down. So he was problemsome for me.
Yeah.
Which
that's fair.
Took away from the book.
We will definitely get to him. I mean, like in his defense, like he wasn't a bad person. It's just he wasn't great.
Right. Totally. And I would say that like Ella Montgomery doesn't write like truly bad characters, right?
Yeah.
But he was just like frustrating. He was just frustrating. And I was like, ugh, sir, get your act together.
He got on my nerves a little bit more towards the end. But anyway, we'll get to him. Yeah. So we'll see. Where is it? Oh yeah, Sock's comment. I think this was about the Anne book, the twist before. It was also secular. Not sure if it's the same if nobody says what Methodist. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it without bringing the Methodist down? You know, that's fine.
Oh my gosh, it was like, oh, what is it? The Presbyterians versus the Methodists.
Yeah, it's always
it was like, I know that they did it in the previous book, or was it Anne of the Island? They were talking about it because it was Miss Cornelia, but
the House of Dreams one.
House of Dreams, yes.
Yeah.
But my God, this one was just like, what are we doing? Why is this such a central part of the book?
Yeah, because
I wanted to look up history and be like, is there some sort of beef between these two, or is this just kind of funny?
I don't know. But yeah. Sock says, my reaction was, could have been an email. For the book, that's fair. Could have been an email. Yeah. It was just repetitive. Yeah, it was a little bit repetitive. 3 stars because the writing is beautiful and hilarious as always. Yeah, that is a strength. Like, her writing is always lovely. So it's like I didn't dislike when I was reading it. It was just
right.
It could have been more plot. Some plot.
It wasn't super captivating because it wasn't about Anne. Or even really, I mean, Anne's kids were in it, and I do like them, but like it was barely about them. Like they were just almost like a bridge to get to the minister's kids. It felt like the plot of the story was around the minister's kids.
Yeah. Oh, B, hello, B.
Hi,
Thanks
B.
for joining. Yes, I have a very low tolerance for mean characters. Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Sock says, the solution I propose, learn to be a better father. The solution in the book, marry an Annie.
Yep.
I know. I hate it when they kept saying, like, there's no one to bring the kids up. It's like, they still have a father.
I was like, they're not orphaned.
I know. They're not
they have parents.
Anyway, well, he's going to take over, but we'll get Methodists versus Presbyterians. They fight bitterly because the denominations are so similar. They weren't going after Anglicans or Catholic Jews. Yeah, probably.
I getcha.
Yeah, it's like,
I getcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's they're so similar, but
it's almost like siblings fighting, you know?
Yeah, because even at some point, like some of the Methodists are at the Presbyterian church and they're switching ministers, and like it's all fine, but also like we don't like them.
Oh my gosh, it was funny when the kids went to when they skipped church accidentally. That part was funny. When they were like cleaning the house and people were driving by, or like, I guess not driving by at that point, but like passing by.
I know, because it's like these poor Methodists always pass by at like the worst moment and then like see like these kids are horrible.
Right. These Presbyterian children are horrible.
Yeah. Anyway, going off of that, then we'll talk about if you had a favorite moment or scene or chapter from the book. Maybe this is just because it's more fresh in my mind because I just finished the book like this morning. But it's near the end. But I loved Faith's letter to the newspaper explaining, I don't even remember what she was explaining, whatever scandal they did by accident again.
Because
that was just
she
gold.
Didn't wear stockings to church.
Oh yeah. And the 2 inches of her bare legs were showing. How dare she? But the newspaper idea. Oh,
and it was funny because she was like, I don't want Father's reputation to be, tarnished by me not wearing stockings. I was like, oh my gosh. Cute.
And like,
it was cute, yeah.
And she ratted like other people out.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so skips on her salary payment, and anyway, that was very funny for me and stood out.
Gosh, favorite moment, scene, chapter. I mean, I really did like the whole sequence of when the kids were like basically on their own that weekend and they got the days mixed up. I thought that was just funny.
So-and-so changed the prayer meeting night, so it's actually this day.
So. It's actually their fault.
And it rained and blah, blah, blah.
I know.
Yeah, they're funny. Sock says one of the endless, oddly similar scandals. Yeah, like each of the scandals I did like, they were funny, but they do sort of blend together a little bit, I find. Like, other than the newspaper, that stood out for me, but everything else I was like, I don't remember specifics.
Yeah.
Susan, Susan. Yeah, Susan's always gold. Yeah, well, I like when we get the scenes of like her and Miss Cornelia and Anne like talking and stuff. Like, that's good because that's like what we got before.
I do. Yes, that was very reminiscent of book 6. I really liked, I forget which kid it was, but there was one of the kids was in there with them as they were all talking, because I think she had to like do sewing or something like that.
Oh, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah. And then eventually she's like, okay, Mary, you had like finished everything you needed to do. So she went back, I think, down to Rainbow Valley to tell the kids. And she like basically like rehashed everything. And I just thought it was so funny because in the way that the scene is written, it makes it seem like, okay, it's just the adults having the conversation. You almost forget that she's there.
Yeah.
And then for her to go down to meet like with the siblings and the friends and be like, here's what I heard. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like that's such like a kid thing to do. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
they like eavesdrop because they want to be a part of like the adult conversations, but they really don't fully understand what's going on, right?
Yeah,
So
because
I
Mary
I
never
did think
really
that that
gets
was
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, Mary never really gets stuff completely correct. She
Yes.
likes to, yeah. Sock says, I liked the trout feast when Mary Vans first showed up and they're like, sit, eat, we have so much. Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah. So we have, yeah, we were introduced to the minister's kids
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning, Mr. Meredith and Jerry, Faith, Carl, and Una. I think
Mm-hmm.
I got them in birth order correctly
I
there.
think you did. Yes.
And then, yeah, so they make friends. They befriend the Ingleside children. And then very soon after, Mary Vance comes to know them. So she's found essentially cold and starving in the barn.
Yeah.
And the man's children find them and are, horrified and take pity on her and bring her in, clothe her, feed her. Just
Basically adopt her.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, Mr. Meredith doesn't notice a new child for who's been living there for like 2 weeks.
I can't see. That's the part where I'm just like that frustrates me. Like
Yeah.
it just is frustrating. I guess like the part of me is like I struggle with, is this just how it was, like how they viewed men during that time, and or
Mhm.
was it a combination of he was just like that was supposed to be like the funny thing of him being the character that was kind of more aloof, right?
Right.
So, like part of me is like, okay, I don't know if it was just written this way for like the story or if this was
Mhm.
like how men were written, because I'm like, obviously Gilbert's not like that,
Mhm.
but I'm just like, what are we doing? I was like, sir, you are a preacher, like you are in a leadership role, you should know about your children. You should be
Yeah.
able to tell if there's another child in your home.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to be fair, yeah, because it's like, I think it's like it's passed off as like just his personality. He's just too like absent-minded and dreamy. It's like, sure, but
Yeah,
like you said, like you have leadership roles, like you can't do that. And like
right,
he thinks, oh, the kids are fine because they have Aunt Martha there to take care of them. Well,
right,
clearly she doesn't take care of them
clearly.
very well at all. They barely get fed, and
Yeah.
what they do does not sound good, and they barely get clothed.
I
So,
know.
but yeah, eventually Miss Cornelia actually adopts Mary, and she thrives a bit more in
Yes.
there. But yes, but yeah, quickly just going back to the kids, because yeah, the story pretty much revolves around the minister's kids. Did you
Mhm.
have, I don't know, like a kid you really liked or didn't like or were drawn to?
I liked Una.
Yeah, she was sweet.
Yeah.
I, I, I could be wrong, but I feel like we more got the girls' perspective instead of the boys.
I agree. I agree.
We got a little bit of Carl, I suppose, of like his thoughts,
Yeah, who was the one that
but I don't think we got
said
Jerry.
when they kind of had like the consequence committee?
Oh yeah, the Good Conduct Club.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of the boys, I think, that like kind of put that into action, but I can't remember which one it was, if it was Jerry or Carl.
Right. Actually, that might have been Jerry because he's the oldest.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I think
think
you're
so.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so
But
yeah, I liked that. But I think on the whole, I think Una.
yeah, she was really sweet. Um, Faith definitely made me laugh.
Yeah,
She's trying so hard. She's
she
just
really
trying,
is.
and she's not doing good.
No.
She's just trying so hard. But yeah, Una was sweet. Um, and poor little Carl. He was just interested in his bugs and trying to.
Oh yeah, and how he like always slept like, was it like a snake or bugs like in his
Yeah,
bed? Like he was, yeah,
yeah, he's always got an animal somewhere.
yeah.
But
That was
uh,
fun. I mean, I think Ellen Montgomery does a good job of like giving the kids character, right? Like
mhm,
they're like robust.
yeah,
They have personality.
yeah,
Uh so I mean, that is entertaining to read, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would have liked it more, like we said, like if there was more of the Ingleside kids with them, like Anne's kids, like if
Yeah.
like, you know, Faith and one of like Nan or Di are together
Right.
in some scandal or whatever, like they're off doing adventures together instead of just these guys.
Yes. I totally agree.
But,
And it feels like it would have been so easy to do that I'm like, I don't
yeah,
understand quite why it wasn't written that way, but
yeah. Yeah, because it's like it's titled Rainbow Valley. It's supposed to be like the adventures in Rainbow Valley, which you would think would be with the
right.
Ingleside
Would you
children.
think would have both of the
Yeah,
families, like the children's,
yeah. Or
being a
we would
big
just
part of it? Yeah.
yeah, or we would just like Anne would say, "Oh, they're down in Rainbow Valley." To him, like, okay, so show me, take me there,
Right.
please.
I know. I want to see them in Rainbow Valley. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's a couple comments to catch up on. Let's see. Sock says Martha should have known too about Mary. Yep, she definitely should have. I
Yep.
feel like she almost did, but she didn't care. I can't even remember if she did notice or just didn't even care. Sock says I think it was probably to emphasize how distracted the adults were. Fair, fair. They only look good in comparison to Mrs. Wiley
The kids?
or the adults.
Oh, maybe the adults. Yeah.
Sorry, Sock, I don't remember. It's too long ago. Of your comment. I kind of liked how Anne was not so secretly thinking that Nan had it coming. Nan had it coming. I vaguely remember this. Do you know what this is about?
No. I feel like it was about something that happened.
That like Nan.
I'm like,
Oh,
what
I think like I remember something, and it was like Nan got like a dressing down or like a peg taken out of her high airs or something like that by Mary. Mary did
Yes.
something, and then
Yeah,
Anne
that's
was
what
like, right, and then Anne's like, yeah, she kind of deserved it. Anne's like, this child needs to be taken down a peg.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Jem's idea maybe, and they took it on board. Oh, right, the Good Conduct Club. Oh, right, it was
Yeah.
Jem's idea because he was going to be referee in a tie.
That's
That's right.
right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Did anyone else
I
pick up on
mentioned
the
that I
fact that
speed read it.
yeah. I mean, I did not speed through this book and I
No,
still
I didn't either.
yeah.
I finished this
It's just
morning.
because
So.
I don't know who these people are. It didn't stick with me as much as
Yeah.
the other ones do because I was so invested in Anne and those characters. So
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Maury. Thanks
hi,
for
Mari.
joining. Thanks for being here. Hello. I thought I would drop in and see what I would learn about the book. Okay. Well, it's a little bit of a weaker book.
It
That's
is.
okay.
Yep.
That's okay. Yeah. We focus more on the children of the new minister instead of Anne and Gilbert's children. They're there, but we're really focusing on the minister's children, which got a little bit boring and repetitive. But if you're going through the book before this, House of Dreams was a lot better and excellent. And hopefully book 8 will also be.
So here's what's interesting. I don't know if you remember when we talked about book 6 last time and how Anne of Ingleside was actually written later.
Oh, that's right. Oh, right, because House of Dreams is book 5 and Ingleside.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So I'm literally reading this book like I cannot imagine going from Anne's House of Dreams to this book. Like Anne of Ingleside had to have been written because I would have been like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because I mean, Anne's House of Dreams was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get like all these great characters, and like she's so sad to leave, and she's gonna go to Ingleside, but like nothing in Ingleside is like really set up in this book too much. I mean, they talk about how Rainbow Valley gets its name, and you get to see the characters, like the neighbors in the town and stuff like that, and obviously the church. But I was like, I mean, and it was only like I mean, nowadays you would read, this would be book 7, right? Like you wouldn't have
Yeah.
read book
Yeah,
5
that's what
and
it's
book
like
7.
written as on the top is yeah.
Right. But I just can't imagine if it was like following this series in real time.
Right.
And it went from Anne's House of Dreams to this book. I would have just been like, what is Ellen Montgomery doing?
Yeah, that's a good point. It would have been just a really weird jump. Like, because if book 6, Anne of Ingleside, was published later, but you need it as a bridge between the two. For
you
sure.
do.
Yeah.
And it makes that book make even more sense to me. The fact that she wrote it, because I could see the backlash over like you need a book to set it up. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Do we know if book 6, Anne of Ingleside, was published before the final book, or like was it even after?
Good question. I'll look it up. So it's Rilla of Ingleside.
Which I can't get away from saying Rilla. I was trying as I was reading to say Rilla. I was just like, I don't.
That's so funny. So when I was reading on audio, I did pay attention, and she did say Rilla.
I know it makes sense because it's Marilla.
Yeah.
But it's like I need to consciously say Rilla. It sounds weird.
So Rilla of Ingleside was first published in 1921.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anne of Ingleside. Oh, yeah. July 1939.
Oh, so like really late.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was first published. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yes, it was written after
book 8.
Rilla of Ingleside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm glad though that at least the series is set up and marketed like in like chronological story order, because it makes way more sense.
Yeah.
It makes way more sense that way.
Totally.
All right. Sock says, Detectives Gems idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Good Conduct Club. Also, the name Rosemary West gave me pause for unintended reason. It's also the name of an English serial killer in the 1970s and 80s. Oh my. I quite liked her name. I thought it was nice. But that's that's not good if you know it from a different context. Mary Vance was rude to Nan, and Nan was thinking, well, Nan has been put on it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I meant Reverend and Martha look good in comparison to the cartoonishly evil Mrs. Oh, right. Thank you. Yeah, because that's where Mary was before. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. That's where Mary Vance was before. Yeah, you're totally right. You're right, Sock.
See, it's more fresh in your mind because you just read it today.
You just finished it.
Yeah.
Totally.
And yeah, Mari says, good to know. Yeah. But
Mari, have you read the whole series? I know that you've read Anne of Green Gables because we've talked about that.
Right.
But
yes.
I can't remember if you've read more.
Yeah. Which books have you read? Let us know. But yeah, I feel like after we're done this series, I want to go through and do who knows, like some sort of like blog post or like video of just like ranking the books and being like,
yes,
which ones could you skip? Maybe, or more like what are the better ones? At the same time, it's like there's still little things in each book that's helpful to know.
I would agree. Yes,
you could probably read certain amount of books and be fine.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. And I think of like going back and rereading it. Like I would definitely skip certain books. Like I would probably only reread the first 2. Hold on. I feel like I have to get Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, Anne of the Island. Yes, I would do those 3. I would skip Wendy Poplars. I'd do Anne's House of Dreams. And then I would do...
I don't remember when.
I could take or leave Anne of Ingleside, and then we'll have to see. I would not reread this book.
That's fair, yeah.
I mean it's fine, but I wouldn't need to reread it. And then we'll have to see what Rilla of Ingleside is, because I would imagine it's more when the kids are older and grown. So I
Yes.
am very interested to see what happens. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll talk about it at the end. But yeah, Rilla of Ingleside has a big tonal shift for sure. But yeah. And Sock says, I'm kind of burned out on these books. That's fair. To be honest, I am a little bit too. And I started this. So thanks everyone for sticking with me. But yeah, again, like even though I technically read all these before, like I just didn't remember any of it. And clearly this is why. I mean, I've enjoyed some of them, but I'm not super disappointed to be coming to them. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. But thank you again for showing up and being here, because you definitely don't have to.
We always appreciate
We appreciate it. Mari says, I was still in my teens, and I think I read through Anne's House of Dreams, but I can't recall anything past the third book. The first three I've read several times. Okay. So Anne's House of Dreams was book 5. So technically you have. Because Anne's House of Dreams is when her and Gilbert are first married. Yeah, if that helps.
Anne's House of Dreams is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I feel like that one rivals like book 1. I feel like book 1, book 5 are the top.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I would say my top 3 are book 1, book 3, Anne of the Island, because I really love that when they go off to school. I love that book. And that's when like her and Gilbert end up getting together. So I really like that book.
Oh, that's right.
And then book 5, Anne's House of Dreams. Those are my top 3.
Yeah. Just quickly trying to pull up all of my.
But there is this, I sent this to Megan, and I think I posted it on the Discord too, but there was this content creator on Instagram who was reading Anne of Green Gables for the first time, and she's done like a series of reels, and she has them like in a highlight on her feed. Yeah. But it's been so fun. Like it makes me want to go back and reread Anne of Green Gables, even though we just read it, right? But it was just like, I was like, oh yeah, like it is such like the perfect book, you know. I was like, I think I need to go back and give it 5 stars, because I gave it 4.5 to begin with, and I'm kind of like, I just need to give it 5. I don't know what
I mean, there's a reason book 1 has just become a classic, that it's always read. We'll get back though to our there's one more comment here. Maya said, I looked up triggers for the later books, and I saw animal death and cruelty in the warnings. Oh, so I was leery, since that is a bad one for me. Oh, okay. I did not know that.
I think it's
Anne of Green Gables still an all-time favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in the 3rd book when they get that pet. Do you remember the cat that they get when they're where are they living with the older ladies?
Oh.
I'm not going to say anything, Mari.
The 4 of them that are roommates and stuff. The 4 of them that are roommates and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I can remember. Yeah.
It's that's kind of like one of the things. It's good to look up trigger warnings for. I would especially think like classics, because things that may be not acceptable now were maybe more acceptable to talk about at that point. Yeah. And so it's kind of like, what? So.
Yeah, because even in Rainbow Valley, there was at least 1, maybe 2, of just like references of like a word we don't use nowadays for people of darker skin. Just like thrown in there, but that it's like, oh, that's that was just normal.
I forgot about that. I did it when I was reading it, because I was reading.
Yeah, it sort of was like, oh,
what? You're just like, and especially because, and this is funny too. I'm sorry, we're not talking. We can tell we really don't want to talk about this book.
I know
we're talking about all of them, but in book 5, yes, okay, so it's when Anne has her first child. I mean, sorry.
Yes.
I mean, clearly, they have children, so her having a baby is not a
big trigger warning for book 5.
Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely.
I didn't know if that's what you were going with.
5. But just the way things are written, like it really hit me in book 5, because I can't remember who it is, if it's Susan or not, but they're all like Anne and one of her friends are like basically um gushing over Jem.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because they talked about how like Anne came to be pregnant, and literally Ella Montgomery uses like the imagery of a stork, like totally PC. Like we are not going to talk about
Right,
how
right,
like babies are made, like all of this kind of
right.
stuff. But then she uses words that are now sexually have a sexual connotation to talk about like basically gushing over the baby. And it was just so funny to me to be like, we're talking about storks. We're not going to talk about how babies are made. But then she uses, it was like an orgy of love making.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Like, wait
Yeah,
a second.
I
What?
remember that. Because I was like, that's a
So,
word choice. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like words are totally different.
Yeah, it was early 1900s. Words were very different
It
100
was
years ago.
so, but so that was like a funny thing to me.
Yeah.
But then there was a derogatory term in this book, and I was just
Yeah.
like, what are we doing? Like
Yeah.
a word like you would never use now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that it's just like interesting all around. And I kind of going back to the minister, um, the father, and just
Yeah.
like how again, it could be personality, but it was also for me, I was like, okay, no, sir, you are a single father. Like your wife is no longer here. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Get your act together. Take care of your kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, even Sock brings up like this one had child abuse mentioned from Mrs. Wiley and Mary. Not on page, but we heard about Mary's experiences. And parental
Right.
neglect. Parental
Yes.
neglect was on page because Mr. Meredith didn't. But yeah, because it's like, it's not good, but it is also like a lot of that was just very common 100 years ago. It was just like
Right.
things aren't great, but this is how it is. Even like
Yeah.
there was like the poor girl from the fishing village who like she didn't have any. She walked barefoot in the snow. Like,
Oh yeah, because
oh god,
that's.
she didn't
Oh,
have
is
she
it
didn't have
Faith
shoes.
gives her stockings, and it's
Yeah,
quite a scandal.
yeah. It's like the poor girl didn't have shoes.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mara says yes. That's true. One, two,
You're
three.
right
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Where it says, I think I'm safe to keep reading the first two and leave it at that, but I have been curious about the Blue Castle, a different book. But yeah, that's fair.
Totally.
I'm hoping to read the other L.M. Montgomery books after this series. Because when I was in PEI, I did actually pick up quite a few of her books. I
Oh,
don't
you
remember
did?
if I don't remember. Yeah, I thought I showed you guys at the beginning.
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe I didn't remember that.
I can re-show it another day on our final show. I mean, you guys can help me pick what's the next one to read.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen people recently like reading Blue Castle, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
maybe I know nothing about it. So
yeah, I don't know either. I don't even remember if that's in my stock that I got because there was a couple titles that the store was out of that they didn't have. So, but yeah, so yeah, we're gonna talk about what
I think
books to read
what
next.
I'm going to do after this series wraps up is, and I mentioned this the other day on a live on Bees Live, but I really want to read Little House on the Prairie, that series.
That's
So I might do that. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The Little House on the Prairie. I don't know. That series just never really appealed to me. It looks fun, and my dad watches or no, that's the Waltons. Anyway, but like it, I don't know. I don't know why. I think it's because it's too American, and I'm like, I don't
I was
relate.
just going to say it's very American,
I'm
so
like,
maybe
I
that's
get
why.
it. I get it, and in theory, I'm like, I would probably like it, but like, it just, I don't. It's like Taming in the Wild West. It's very American. I'm like,
Totally. Totally. Whereas this series is like quintessentially Canadian.
It's so Canadian. I love it. Anyway, but yeah, that's besides the point. Mara said, yes, times were tough. Yeah, 100 years ago for sure. That's fun you bought them while you're there. Yeah. Yeah, I got to go to the Ella Montgomery, like her little store they have on her birthplace. Her family's like old farm. The house is gone, the original one. But They have
Is it
that.
like a historic site?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like right down the road from like the museum, and the actual like Green Gables house was technically like her cousin's house or something like that.
Okay.
But it was like the two farms are like next door to each other, so it's just all a whole um like museum place. There's like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's the whole thing. Out of Ella Montgomery, you had one job, gift shop, one job. I did. I went to the gift shop.
No, she was saying that they were out of her books at the gift shop.
It was like a tiny. It's just a one-room little historic place, and the whole side was the books, and they had a lot. There was just they didn't have some.
Well, okay, in her defense talk, she went during the like almost off season. So
Yeah. We were like
maybe they went
a
through their
week
stock.
before. Yeah, we were like a week before everything closed. So
Yeah.
would not recommend. I adore that series. It's not like the show.
Little House.
Little House on the Prairie. Oh, okay. Interesting. Like, I'd be willing to give it a go. And like, I think in theory I could like it. I don't know why. There's just like this like disconnect where I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think Netflix is coming out. It is Netflix, right?
Yeah.
They're coming out with a new take on it. I have a friend, her name is Susan on Bookstagram that we've connected, and she really loves, she loves Anna Green Gables, so we talk about that, but she really loves like a lot of the classics, and so she loves Little House on the Prairie, and so she always posts about it, and I'm like, I want to read it. Yeah. And because growing up, my sister had the box set of like the original covers. I think Mari, you had shown one of them on the Queen Bees Live, but my sister had that set, and I remember she had that set, and she had the Chronicles of Narnia set. And so I just like remember I never read them because they
Narnia?
were no, I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. At school we read that one, but I haven't read the whole series. But I just remember those two like series growing up, the box sets. And I would always like, maybe because I was the youngest, and it was like, ooh, my older sister's books, like I can't have them, they're like, ooh, I want them. So I was like, I need to just do that. I mean, one of my goals and a big reason why I wanted to do the read along with you was like, I'm making it a point to reread classics as an adult that I would like to have read as a kid but didn't. So anyway, so that's just where my mind went. But there's so many that I could read that it's like, I don't know which one I want to read next.
Yeah, that's cool. Interesting. Yeah, I remember, I don't know if my mom still has it. She probably doesn't anymore. But she had the Little House on the Prairie. It was an old box set. It was like blue covers. But it was just like so faded because they're so old. Yeah. So I know she loved it, but yeah. Catch up here. I'm very good at gift shop reading. Oh, believe me. My husband, we stood in that gift shop for a while as I debated and debated. So I was like, if this much
But you have the best sweatshirt though. I love your sweatshirt.
I do too. Right now it's a little too warm. But it's super cozy. She got the t-shirt. Well, I got the sweatshirt. I wanted a t-shirt too, but I also, I'm getting after the gift shop, not on Yes, yeah. New take on Little House, the Netflix one.
On Netflix.
I'm worried. Yeah. Fair.
Totally.
Fair. I didn't like the new Anne shows that have come out in the last few years, especially. I don't like them at all.
Yeah. No. Anne with an E.
Yeah. But the Horse and His Boy is my favorite. Oh, from Narnia. Yeah. So speaking of Narnia, I also have read the whole series because that's what I do. But that's a great series to read through if anyone wants another read along. No one knows.
Oh, the Chronicles of Narnia?
Yeah. I've been thinking about that. Yeah, that's a good one.
I have been thinking about rereading.
Yes, it is.
Well, one, I want to read the whole series, but I have been thinking about just rereading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because I have such fond memories of reading that book that I basically want to feel that way again.
Yeah.
So I want to reread the book.
Yeah, for sure. All right. We've already been going 45 minutes, and we barely talked about the book, but that's okay. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It's fine.
We're here. Actually, we sort of touched on a lot of my questions already. How we felt about it focuses more on the Meredith children. How we felt.
Yes.
Not pleased.
Yeah, sad.
And our thoughts on Mr. Meredith as a father. Do you sympathize with him or annoyed with him? Annoyed.
No, with him.
Definitely annoyed. I sympathized at first. And as it went on, I was like, okay, like.
Okay. I have to rant about something else. This is Mr. Meredith adjacent. I can't remember who he ends up marrying at the end of the book.
Oh, for Rosemary.
West oh, yes. Rosemary West. Yes.
They were also annoying.
This is great. Two very stubborn sisters. So let me tell you what. Ellen denying Rosemary getting married to Mr. Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
And then only because she finds love, she wants to break the pact. Oh, I was so mad. I was like, I'm done with these people. I was so mad at them. Yeah. I was like, you guys are horrible siblings.
Yeah. So for a recap, for those who didn't get to the end of the book, Ellen and Rosemary West are sisters. They're old maids. They had their chances at love, and life or circumstances prevented them. Rosemary falls in love with Mr. Meredith, and he asks her to marry her, and she says, no, I can't. Because her and Ellen made a stupid promise to each other years ago that they would never marry and always be together and never leave each other alone. So Rosemary has to say no. Yep. And then Ellen finds love again with her first love. They reconnect and they start courting, and now they want to get married. And so Ellen says, hey, Rosemary, can I get married? And Rosemary, kind soul she is, says yes. Mm-hmm. Even though Ellen said no.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Eventually, Rosemary and Mr. Meredith get married because Una steps in. Brave little girl. But yeah, those two are just...
And now the Meredith children can be well behaved because they have a parent who can...
Yeah, because now they have a mother.
Now they have a mother.
Oh my goodness.
I was just like, I'm so done with this.
Yeah.
It makes it sound like I gave the book 1 star. I didn't. As we know, I gave it 3.5. But I was very upset at certain points.
Yeah, but there were good moments.
Yes.
We sort of talked about the Good Conduct Club. Do we think it was a good idea for them to start, or was it really just a recipe for disaster?
Yeah. I mean, I did the thought process behind it, I thought was fun. Like I really liked that the kids were like, they were trying, right? Yeah. You know, they really wanted it, because I mean, you could tell they really loved their dad, right? They didn't want to be labeled as like misbehaved children by the town, and so they wanted to be able to bring themselves up and, you know, have good conduct and, you know, act appropriately. But it's childhood shenanigans, right? You know, it's just kind of silly.
It's like they really had no one to guide them, to help them know what are the consequences of what their action could be in terms of not just them, but how it affects other people. And like, I do like that at one point, I think it was when Una fainted, but Mr. Meredith actually hears like, oh, we started this to bring ourselves up because there's no one to do it. And like, he hears that and he's like, oh my gosh, like at least it like affects him, because he's like, this is what they think. Yeah. Because there is no one, you're not there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I would have loved for him to get there by himself without that, but you know, he got there, so that's good.
Yeah. And Mari says that one would be fun too. Oh yeah, I think about the Narnia books that we were talking about. You want to step through the wardrobe. Yep.
Totally.
So nice. Sock says, I felt like the West sisters would today get their own 7-book Regency romance series. Oh gosh. Oh, probably. I hope not. Probably. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It definitely could have been turned into a second chance romance. Their love story for sure. But I just really hated how Ellen held on to that promise from decades ago of like,
Yeah.
you're not letting Rosemary marry because you don't want to be alone and unhappy and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. But as soon as you want to get married. Ooh.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. And just quickly talking about the end of the book, we find out that Jem Blythe is off now to Queen's University. He took the entrance exam. He's growing up.
I know.
He's going to Charlottetown. So the end of the book is them sort of throwing a goodbye party for him in the Rainbow Valley, but we do have the ominous note of the Pied Piper calling, as Walter calls it, Walter reads, because because it's leading into it, and we get little hints throughout of book 8, Mari, if you're not aware, covers World War I. So there's definitely a tonal shift. There's probably trigger warnings. We're not like, I should say, it's World War I at the home front. We're not on the battlefield, but we're hearing about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we're hearing about it. We're still in PEI, but we're
Mhm.
hearing about how the war is affecting the home front. Because there's even this passage on like the second to last page of, Jem saying, "Oh, I wish we had the old days back again. I'd love to be a soldier. I'd give everything to see a big battle." And it says, well, Jem was to be a soldier and see a greater battle than had ever been fought in the world.
Mhm.
But that was as yet far in the future. And the mother, whose firstborn son he was wont to look on her boys and thank God that the brave days of old, which Jem longed for, were gone forever, and that never would it be necessary for the sons of Canada to ride forth to battle for the ashes of their fathers in the temples of their gods. And it's just this like horrible premonition of knowing what's to come. Because later Walter speaks. He quotes from the Pied Piper story that he had been reading and loved, but he says, "The piper is coming near. He is nearer than he was that evening I saw him before. His long shadowy cloak is blowing around him. He pipes, and we must follow. Jem and Carl and Jerry and I, round and round the world. Listen, listen, can't you hear his wild music?" It's just like so...
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
The girls shivered.
Yeah, it's just like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a very like darker, ominous tone to leave the book on.
Right. For sure.
For sure. But yeah, because I'll get to comments here first. And
even in the last book, that's how it kind of ends similarly, with the shadow of the cross coming in.
Oh, the last book we read. Yeah.
The end of Ingleside. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like the last two books, she's dropping the hints of what's coming.
Yeah.
And Sock says, "Hi, I'm Ellen. This is my husband. Pluck and Private." Yeah, because it's like the only way Rosemary and Mr. Meredith could get married is for Ellen to, Mary says, "Yeah, I read a lot of World War I historicals, but I can't type." That's okay. Foreshadowing, yeah, definitely. So if you've read World War I historicals, Maury, you might be okay with book 8 then. Like I said, I don't remember huge trigger warnings, but clearly I haven't remembered a ton about this series. So don't take my word for it. Sock says, "Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling." Yeah, that's our imagery for the end there. And we have, guess what? Oops. There we go. And guess what, guys? We actually decided on a date and time for the last show in advance. Shocker.
You're so on top of it.
Yeah, so on top. It's also on Bee's calendar, which so appreciative that she put that on there. Our finale for, I want to say Rilla of Ingleside, but it's Rilla because she's named after Marilla. Mm-hmm. Rilla of Ingleside.
Wait, did she get married?
Possibly, I don't know. Because
I don't know. There's a man with a tuxedo on the front.
I don't know. My back says, at least at the beginning, Rilla wasn't yet 15. she was still looking forward to her first dance and first kiss. So I think
Oh,
Rilla,
maybe it's a dance.
maybe I think she like grows up through the book though.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
she probably starts like a teenager and grows up because it's I don't remember how many years of the war they actually cover. Like how many years the book spans. But it does, yeah, we do have World War One as the big thing throughout the whole book. So there's that. But yes, we will be having our final discussion on Tuesday, May 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Emily's channel. It'll be our finale, our hurrah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you about this. I mean, obviously we'll talk about the book, but I think it would be fun to do like a little recap of like the whole series and kind of like our thoughts on it. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think that would be fun. So we'll probably do that.
Yeah.
In addition to talk about the book.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure that'll naturally flow. We'll talk the book and just the series in general and all of that good stuff. Yeah. Is it Rilla of Ingleside next? Yes, it is. That answers it. Yes, it is. She got married or presented to the king. Oh, for the book.
Well, the cover, yeah.
Yeah, one of the two. Wait, I might have read that at some point, the cover stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, well, there you go.
It actually, your cover, mine's different. I don't have it.
I know we have different covers, but
that one kind of gives me like romance vibes, like historical romance vibes. Something about it.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
The lighthouse feels like maybe it could be a castle.
Yeah.
And it's like dark and moody at night, and they're obviously dressed up. So I know that it's not, but it just kind of gives me that vibe.
Yeah, I do like it. Who knows? Who knows what it will be? Slack says it looks like a gothic. Meh. It does, yeah. Maybe. Maybe not.
This is mine here. Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna I have a picture on my phone. It's purple.
I know, I like you.
That's the cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like this mysterious guy in the background, and she is wearing a white dress.
And there is a lighthouse. So
we've got the same elements. So this must mean something.
We've got the same elements.
Yes.
So maybe. Let's see. We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Sorry, I just read Sock's comment.
Well, hanging out in graveyards is an ongoing theme in the book. That's true. We never even touched on that. The man's kids just always hang out in the graveyard. Yeah. So, yeah, could be gothic. Just the ghost of Captain Jim.
I mean, it could be.
I kept being afraid of ghosts coming back. He would be fun to come back, though. That'd be fun.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, if anyone had anything else to say, I know we jumped through the book in the last 10 minutes of just tying up the loose ends because there wasn't much to talk about. It was characters are enjoyable, but could have had more plot, I think, and more of the Anne.
I'm sorry.
And he'd be seeking his royalties. Yeah, the book did very well. He needs his royalties. For sure. Side note, though, I do like how it was probably mentioned in the last book, but how Jem, because he's named after Captain Jim, he has his whole little museum in the attic of all of the treasures that were left to him by Captain Jim. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I did like that. I love Jim, so
yeah, that's really cool.
Well, thanks for joining, everyone.
Thank you for joining, for sure.
Thanks for leading this one, Megan.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I finished and made it in time because I was a little worried. It was a little hectic. But no, it'll be fun. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. And we'll see you next month for Rilla of Ingleside. And we can, so if also, Mari, if you've read any other Ellen Montgomery books, let us know next time. We can try and figure out what book you should read next.
Yeah.
First, because I haven't read any, so that's what I want to read through.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Maybe
Part of
I'll
me,
like
yeah,
have a list of all of her other books.
yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently she has like 26 books. Like she
Oh my
published a
gosh.
lot. That's why when I was at the bookstore, I was like, oh, there's a lot.
What?
There's a lot. She did a lot. Some are like short story collections, but most of them are novels. A lot of them are standalones, I think. There's a couple smaller series or something like that, but
Interesting.
yeah. Because
Huh.
I think one of the next ones I might read though, I have a book that's just like short stories of like the Chronicles of Avonlea. There's just like Avonlea short stories and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um, which also inspired the. Have I told you guys probably about the Road to Avonlea TV show?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've been watching that. I just finished season 1 and rewatching that. So I
Wait,
finished
there's
season 1.
seasons of it?
There's like 7 seasons. Yeah, so
7
it was a
seasons.
long running because I remember like the reruns on TV as I was a kid.
What?
Yeah, it's great though. But yeah, so
That's awesome.
it takes like different stories from like the Avonlea short stories and like a few other books, Story Girl, and it like uses that as inspiration for the whole. So I might read that. But.
Oh wait, is this like
So it's not
it's
about Anne.
fictional?
Sorry.
It's fictional.
Yes.
Like it's okay. I don't know. In my mind, I thought Road to Avonlea was like how the film was made.
Oh no
I don't know why I thought that.
no! It's a whole TV show.
It's just based in Avonlea,
Yes.
but
So
with different characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first episode and a few episodes throughout the series, there's still Marilla and Mrs. Lynn there once in a while. Like they're there for like the pilot episode and stuff because like they still live there, but
Okay.
it centers around a different family in
Yeah.
Avonlea and then also the
King
town
family.
and stuff. So you still have the town of Avonlea and all
Okay.
that, but yeah, it's fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Quickly, Mari says, glad I finally managed to stop by. Yes, we're so glad you were
Yeah.
able to come. Thank you for coming. You want a unicorn or backlist? I mean, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll head off then. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you,
Yeah,
Emily, as
thank
well,
you.
for being here and being the co-host throughout all this,
Oh,
even through the harder books. Thank
That's
you.
okay.
And yeah, we'll see everyone next month, Tuesday, May
Yep.
26th at 7 on Emily's channel. And have a good Sunday, everyone.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.